Up. Good evening, everybody. I hope you've all had a wonderful day watching the virtual craft weekend again. There's been some fantastic people on so far, so it's going to go downhill for the next hour or so, and then it'll probably pick back up again. I'll bring the guys in who we got in tonight. We have got Jamie from JP Woodwork. A big thank you to Jamie, to Dale, and to Carl for putting this on yet again. It's much appreciated by everybody, I'm sure. We've got Scott the Blue Light Turner in. We've got Di in Making a Better Life, and we've got the Halo Lorian. Wonderful work by you earlier on, Andy, doing the Mandalorian head. Exceptional, it really was. Right, I'll put you guys back in the background. Change camera. How's that looking? I just need to alter that just a little bit. There we go. Right, so what I've got on the lathe tonight is a piece of sycamore. It's 2 inches deep, I'm sure. Yep, 2 inches by around about 11 across. And what we're going to be doing tonight is, once I find my gouge, oh, there it is. What we're going to be doing tonight, we're going to be doing a bit of texture, a bit of colour, and probably some gold leaf as well. So the bottom of this is going to be fairly plain. It'll just be a fairly plain turned bowl finished with Yorkshire grit and microcrystalline wax, and then it's the top that's going to get all the magic.
Nice.
Here we are. I'm turning it around about 700. Around about. So I'll get into shaping this.
What shape are you making tonight, Wayne? Just out of curiosity. As in the edge. Are you going with deep crust or thin crust?
Thin crust.
You wondered where I was going with that, didn't you? You were like, what's he doing?
What?
Do you want me to go through who's in then, Wayne?
Yes, please.
So we've got 59 watching already. Fantastic.
Thanks, guys.
So I'm just going to go down the participants list. We have Andy H is returning, Barry Chitty, Bob Nye, Brian at Hartwood turning, Seth at Brickhouse Craftworks, Clint at Wood Dancers, Copperell Wood turning, David Birch, David Nicol, Door 60, Doug Miller, Gav, Jennifer, Joe Senior, Karen Dolman, Matt Wackerley, Michael McEwen, Michelle Higgins, Neil M, Paul Heighton, Peter Twisted Trees, Peter Corcoran, Robert Dolman, Robin Boys and DIYs, Roger Kent, Roger Mills. Now, Spirit and Bear, is that Kez or is that the Phil Fairy? Not sure. Stephen Miller, Steve Ellis, TBC Bushins, Terry Bartlett, TJ Turning, Valerie's Crafty Attic, Wayne Bigfoot Woodcraft, Chris Nellen from, I'm going to say this wrong, Nintic River Woodcrafting, Jay's Cabin, Hans Goran Anchors, CJ's Hobbies, Sneaks. Right, let's go back to the chat. So I do apologise if I missed everyone while I went down the participants list just for speed.
Can I just say also from a personal note, thanks to everybody that's tuned in today and supported everybody on the festival. It does mean a lot, and obviously it helps everybody out that's on the show as well. So, yeah, thank you very much. We'll obviously continue bringing you these shows as long as you keep watching.
Can I also say thank you to the people that got me over 600? That's awesome. Really appreciate that.
Awesome, Andy.
Nice, congratulations, mate.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm just forming the mortise for when I flip it round. See if this is any better balance, so I can turn the speed up a bit.
Looks more deep pan to me. So.
Dutch Turner's in. Kitty 602. Clive at Sneaks Wall Art.
Oh, excuse me.
Up next, after Wayne, we have another new face in the Virtually Crafty. Stace over at Stace Mates.
Go Stace.
Not sure what she's doing yet, are we, Jamie?
Not sure, mate. Not sure. I think she's doing some sculpting, as far as I was aware.
Oh, cool.
Does turning, pyro, sculpting.
Don't hold me to it though.
What, the sculpture or just what you were saying?
What I was saying, I could be wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
She could have potentially changed her mind.
Well,
Jappy's in.
prerogative of an artist.
Hello, Yappy.
That's a lovely cut you got there going. Oh, I just jinxed it. Oh. No, perfect.
Right, that's the bottom shaped, and now I'll just use my small gouge just to do a finish and cut. So should get some nice fine shavings coming off here.
Dara Coolin's in. Brian at Hartwood Turning.
Hello, Dara and Brian.
Who else did I see? There's another name there that I didn't read out there still. It's Chaz. Flying tonight. Karen Dolman. William Rose Creates.
Hello, Karen and William.
Wayne, are you doing your speed turning thing first, or are we going with the just one?
No,
I think it is the speed, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that I was just
Wayne said what he was doing. I said, that's the first half hour.
Well, you see, it's probably going to take a bit of time doing the texturing and colouring, so I really want to get
okay.
the bottom of this done.
Yeah. I can make a boat.
CJ's Hobbies is asking, any boat makers here? I might need one if this rain don't stop.
Yeah. Oh, check me out for my.
Weren't you friends with Noah, Wayne? Didn't you help him build the art?
I taught him everything he knows.
Woodworm Paul's joined us.
You seeing that with the amount of times we've been flooded, Jane keeps on saying when you're building the ark.
And Alan. Joined and Di, you can do Andy because I can't do his surname. Clenelli.
Thernethley.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thernethley. If that's Andy, that's it.
Yeah,
Thernethley.
posh. Willie.
So I'm just sanding to 240 on this.
So 72 lovely people watching. Please, guys, if you like what Wayne's doing, hit that thumbs up.
Right.
Look, that's
point
easy.
something out, Scott.
Yep.
Right. Andy's name is Andy Green. Not
Yeah, I've
Andy.
just seen that.
Yeah, but there is
a posh firewood is.
Yeah, that's Andy as well.
It's Andy
Yeah,
Green.
I like that. That's easy. I can do with that.
Oh, right. Sorry, Andy. Sorry. Misunderstood what you were saying there.
Yeah,
Just
no,
think Scott
it's
pulled me up on
Andy
saying
Green is
instead of
the
work.
name. Not my name. Obviously, it's his name. My name's Andy Hill.
Bob Lapley's in.
Hiya, Bob. So I'm just
Hello,
using
Robert.
cellulose sand and sealer here.
And Jim Conlon.
Careful.
Just wipe the excess off.
So, for those of you that play with chainsaws, Lidl's have got a thing you need to check out if you're in the UK or Europe, I guess.
Aldi. If you're talking about the chainsaw
Aldi.
sharpener.
Oh, sorry, big pardon. Aldi.
Yeah.
Aldi.
This Sunday
Lidl.
at Aldi, so I'm going to be using Yorkshire Grit next. This Sunday at Aldi, online on the special buys, they've got an electric chainsaw carver for £20. I've already got
Sharpener.
one. I've had a chainsaw sharpener for £20. I've already got one. I've had mine for years, and it's absolutely brilliant.
It's like the best that it is actually sliced bread. Not too great for turning chisels, mine, but it's good for chainsaw blades.
And Baz at Real Simple Things.
Hello, Barry.
Hi, Robin.
Turn the speed
Buys
down.
and DIYs.
Right, I tend to do my first part with the Yorkshire Grit at 250 because my lathe will go down that low. For people who have only got the lathes that have got the Reeves drive on, the low speed you're probably going to get is around about 500. That's fine. If that's the low speed you've got, that's fine. Use the piece of, once you put the grit on, use the piece of paper that you put it on with and spend a couple of few minutes getting the grit worked in and working the abrasive so it starts getting finer and finer. Now, I only ever sand, when I'm using Yorkshire Grit, I only ever sand to 240. There's not really any need to go any higher than 240. And the Yorkshire Grit will take it up to an equivalent grit of around about 1,000.
Dara missed the species. It's sycamore. And and just before it goes off the top of my screen, there's another question. Where's it gone?
I don't know, but Shug's in.
Hello, Shug.
Does your Audi sell groceries, Doug Miller? Yes, it does. And
Yes, it does.
anything that you want.
But they have special buys on a Thursday and a Sunday. And every once in a while, those special buys are DIY things.
Hi, Huey.
Dutch Turner's
Oh.
saying, he said, cheers, Wayne. He says, next I need a chainsaw.
A lot of the stuff they sell, certainly the bigger DIY equipment is sometimes Shepak renamed, or it is Shepak. Right, that's the grit.
That means it's not that bad.
Yeah, it's actually not bad.
It's not bad. I mean, it's not trade stuff. It is DIY stuff at the end of the day, but it's not that bad at all.
And certainly not the chainsaw sharpener. That's epic.
Andy was
If you
down
can-
at my house.
Sorry.
What was it, 2-3 weeks ago, Andy?
Yeah, something like that.
It was when Dale came down and we were setting up the new internet.
Did you notice the
so-
difference on the chain though? Whoop.
Yeah, I mean, I showed Andy how to use the chainsaw sharpener and just let him get on with it, and he had a thoroughly good time.
Actually, I would have been quite happy to sit there sharpening chains for a good couple of hours, I tell you. It's actually fun, which sounds weird.
I'm just giving this a quick buff. you're better off leaving microcrystalline wax for around about 10 or 15 minutes till the solvents evaporate, and then it actually buffs up to a really nice high sheen. And the best thing about microcrystalline wax is that it's hard wearing. It doesn't tend to show up fingerprints, thumbprints, anything like this for something that gets handled often.
Mr. Jacobson's out in the chat.
Cole Jacobson's joined us, and I'm not sure if Di's dropped out because he's got knock.
All right, okay. Bring him back in.
Sorry about that, chaps.
There we
My
go.
router just switched itself off.
No, you did me and pressed the wrong button.
I wish it was that simple. I wouldn't have had to run up and down the ladder so many times for that.
I get this changed around. All I'm going to do on this, on the top of this, is get it flattened off. I've got a little bit of a flat spot there that I need to get rid of. I'll get this flattened off, and then we'll start doing some stuff with the Arbitec blade in the grinder. Right, I'm just touching the tool rest there somewhere. Bring that back a bit. That's it.
Wayne, you're half a minute in.
Cheers, Andy. What I'll do, I'll slope that down this way a bit. That's better, I got rid of that.
You don't take axe to wood turning. Tends to make an awful mess. Oh, axe, right. Yorkshire grit, my good man. Yorkshire grit.
Grand. I'll just do a finishing cut on that. And I'm just going to mark where the ball is going to start.
Auntie Valerie says Yorkshire grit is the best, and you know why? It's the only abrasive paste that's got a song.
I know. I think the chat's wondering about the song though, mate, because everyone's putting words in and none of us sung.
I have done it today.
Yeah, we were trying to save your ears. That's what we were doing.
Yeah, Val, you sing it, Val. We'll obey.
Wayne loves my singing. Like a hole in the head.
Yeah, exactly.
Alice?
I don't know, Scott. Some of the stuff you listen to, my good man, is questionable.
Oh, definitely. What I tend to do when I'm doing anything like this has got an exceptionally sharp edge on here. So I always tend to take that off.
Especially if it's actually music to start with.
Apart from anything else, if you actually sell a piece like this, and it's got that sharp edge on, you're not wanting customers coming back complaining they've cut themselves picking the ball up.
Yeah. Spirit and Bear said, question, who's singing a song? Berry, Spirit and Berry.
If it's Phil, it could become Fly With Me.
Song, isn't it?
Now, seeing as how I'm colouring this, I am taking it up to 400. A lot of people, or some people do say, the only reason you're putting colour on is to hide your mistakes. That's totally wrong. If you put colour over something where you haven't sanded properly or you've got mistakes in there, the colour will just highlight it.
Yeah. Stupid. It's the same with carving. Exactly the same with carving. And the same with pyrography. I think Kez would back me up on that if it's not finished properly.
Now, I've sanded that to 400, and now I'm going to ruin a lot of it because I'm going to be using my angle grinder with the Arbitec blade in. And I'm not using the small angle grinder, the small long neck angle grinder. I'm using the biggie.
It's 4.5 inch. Not really that big.
The chef's asking me has the Wham CD found the bin yet?
Oh, check that out.
Yappy's asking what's wrong with Wham.
What's right with them?
Yeah,
Well-
Shug. It didn't find the bin. It found an envelope, and someone's address has
Oh,
appeared
look
on
at
it.
that.
Oh,
There
look
you
at
go.
that.
Right, I'm just going to go over that with the 400 grit again, just to get some of the furry bits off.
That's totally an eyeball, man.
Nice, mate.
Looks like the outer bit is like the white veiny bit on an eyeball, and then you've got your iris and pupil. How cool! Love it.
Right, now what we're going to do, if I can get my piece of plywood up here, I'll just use the small piece.
Bailey's Woodworks in.
And you
Right,
doing?
I'm just going to give that a brush off.
Using the wrong brush again.
I know the other one's down
Brush
there, and I
has been
can't be bothered
retired.
going. I can't be. Oh bloody hell! See that bloody Jamie Page?
Keith Jarvis has joined us. He's going well. Braver man than me.
But
Brushy. Is there a brush?
Right. What?
Not
No,
yet.
I don't think so. Not yet. Right, I'm going to cover this in sand and sealer again. I always tend to use sand and sealer if I'm using spray paints or Ebonizine Lacquer, which I am going to be using, because I think it acts as a primer.
Wayne, question: How?
Yeah.
Sorry. How much would you go through a can? Like in terms of how many pieces would you get out of a can with sand and sealer?
Sand and sealer. You can get quite a few pieces out, to tell you the truth, Andy. I'm very sparing with how I use it, so you can get quite a few pieces done just with one can. It's quicker. It's quicker. It dries quicker. It doesn't last as long as the brush-on stuff. It's probably a bit more expensive as well. What am I looking for?
It's marginal, if I remember
The brush
correctly.
on stuff, you can thin it down as well with the brush on stuff.
Yes, you can. With the brushing stuff, it is cellulose, so you can thin it down with cellulose thinners. Terry at Chestwood doesn't recommend doing that, but he also sells the cellulose thinners.
It is.
He does
So I'm
make
using
apply it with
the
airbrush,
orange.
usually.
I'm using the orange Webrax pad. Earlier on today, Scott used the white one. That's got the equivalent grit of over 2,000, the white one. This one has got the equivalent grit of around about 1,200. So any bits of sand and sealer that is standing up, I find this takes it off better. But that's just a personal preference.
I was wondering if I could use the same application on a carving.
There's no reason why not, Andy. It's just that it dries quite quick. It's just that you'd probably have to use the hand rub with the Webrax pad. Right. Ebonizine Lacquer.
James got a question for you, mate. She
Yeah.
says, question. When power sanding, do you have the drill running in an ordinary clockwise direction? Please, thank you.
Yes, I do. What I tend to have is I will have the drill running in the ordinary direction, and I tend to use the bottom half of the pad.
Over to the right a bit,
Oh,
mate.
you can't see that. I tend to use the bottom half of the pad, so the drill is always sloped down towards the bed. If you use it like that, with the drill up and using the top part, you're going to get a catch, and it's going to rip the sandpaper off or rip the abrasive off. Especially if you're doing the likes of a natural edge or something like that, or a winged bowl where you've got wood then air, things like this. Right, Ebonizine Lacquer. Now, usually, as you've probably seen me do in the past, what I would do is put the Ebonizine Lacquer on and then do the texturing. But I want to do something a little bit different tonight. And what I'm going to do is over the textured parts and over the black, on one part of the bowl, I'm going to be doing gold leaf. And on other parts, yeah, that's got a good covering. On other parts, I'm going to be doing Joe Sonia's iridescent paints. So what I'll do, I'll turn the lathe down very low. That's running around about 150. Yeah, around about 150. I'll just get my hot air gun just to help it dry. Now, whenever you're going to use a hot air gun to dry the likes of spray paint, Ebonizine Lacquer, anything like this, always point the hot air gun away from the piece first to get rid of any dust that might have settled in there. I've just got it on the first speed. And I've got it held about 18 inches away. And if you're testing to see if it's dry,
That manages.
always test towards the center. That way, because this is going to get turned out, that way you're just putting fingerprints in the center. Right, paintbrush. Need a paintbrush. I brought some new paintbrushes in. Where did I put them?
You've got 98 people in, Wayne.
Excellent. Thank you very much, guys. It's much
Nice.
appreciated. It really is.
Guys, don't forget, if you appreciate what Wayne's doing, hit the thumbs up. That helps. If you're not already subscribed, do so, please. It'll make sure you see more of things like this. And is there anything pinned or in the chat anywhere, mate?
No, I didn't put me buy me a coffee on tonight. I felt today was more about the virtual crafty, so I didn't bother. Right, what I'm using now, this is gold leaf size. It's basically the glue that you stick the gold leaf on with. And what you're supposed to do is put this on, wait 10 or 15 minutes before you put the gold leaf on. Now, what I want to do, I'm not wanting a uniform. Oh, bloody hell, I've got hairs on this now. That's probably one of mine. I'm not wanting to have this uniform. I'm wanting to have this a bit abstract with maybe more in some places than others. So I'm just going to stick some over there like that. Stick a little bit around here like this. So you get, that's basically it for the size. I'll just leave that a wee while.
Can you speed that up with the heat gun as well, Wayne?
No, what you've got to do now, what happens with size is that you've got to wait the sort of 10 or 15 minutes for it to go off, if you like. It doesn't actually dry, it stays open.
That's quite
So
liquidy, though, isn't it?
This one is, yeah.
99ing. Come on, guys, let's share it out there.
It's
Let's see if we
probably
can, hit the 100.
it's probably because it's probably just because the Ebonizine Lacquer is quite gloss. That's probably all that is. I'm not worried too much about it. Tell you, as long as it gets into the texture, because that's really where I'm wanting the paint to go. Oh, sorry, the gold leaf to go. I'll leave that while that's drying. I'll start doing some Joe Sonias, and all I'm going to do. Oh, too much there. Not to worry. All I'm going to do with the Joe Sonias is just actually put little bits here and there. I'm going to start off with violet. I'm not thinning this down with flow medium or anything. I'm putting it straight out of the bottle, but I'm actually spreading it about with the brush. I'm not using any of my usual techniques, using the really expensive paint things that I've got, which were bought from the kids section in the range.
I do love them. My candy.
So Chris Nunn's got a question.
Yeah.
What kind of
Thank you.
wood would you use for a pestle and mortar?
Olive, because of the grain in the wood. You could also use sycamore. You could use beech. Never use yew.
Maple is
You
pretty
should-
good for it as well, isn't it?
Yeah, maple. Never use yew. Yew is toxic. You don't want it anywhere near food. I'm just brushing this size about again. I'm hoping it's gonna. That's actually starting to go dry. I want to stick some leaf on there.
So, Brian McLaughlin in the chat's got a question I'm not 100% sure I follow, asking if it's a battery chainsaw or a 240 volt. Was that a question for Andy, Brian?
Oh, are you talking about the chainsaw sharpener?
Or is that what we're talking about?
I'm not sure.
Possibly.
Is it?
Don't know.
Brian, if you want to clarify, we'll answer that for you if we can.
We like chainsaw questions.
Yeah.
Makes me feel useful.
Power tools are fun, to be fair, as long as you respect them.
Nice, mate.
The sharpener he was wondering about. I think that'll be mains powered, Brian.
Yeah, it is mains
it's
powered, Brian.
Q40.
But you're taking the chain off the saw, really. It's not something you want to use out in the field. And to be honest,
No,
that's-
no.
Yeah.
The chain, like Di said, the chain actually comes off the saw when you're using it.
I'm toying with getting one, and I'm relatively proficient at sharpening a chainsaw by hand. But the thing is, with the ground edge, you can take an absolute minimal amount off and make it bang sharp. And then if you're out in the field, it's probably, the amount of cutting you're going to be doing, you could just learn to just touch the edge up with a file. What do you reckon, Andy?
Oh, yeah, 100% agree. Sorry, I was leaving you to it, man. That was well covered. To be honest with you, I don't think, unless you're doing it professionally or cutting down more than a tree, I think you'd probably get away with just the blade sharpened the once and then sharpen again when you finished. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Depending on what tree it is, obviously.
The thing is, I mean, to be honest, I'm hoping people aren't taking trees down unless they've been on a training course. But
Absolutely.
for the kind of cutting we do, you know, there's every bit of chance that whilst you're trying to cut a blank out, you just catch the concrete, whatever work surface you're on, and just bam, that's your blade, that's your chain dull. You know, it's things like that where it's worth having a tool like that, because you've got to go back to it then and reprofile it. But I always encourage people to have a file and just learn how to just get it right, and you'll get it wrong. But you know, chains aren't that expensive these days, and when you're right with it, it's one of those particularly if you're doing a long rip cut, if you're cutting some oak and there's some gritty deposits in it, you'll blunt out in the middle of a cut. And if you can just grab a file and have your chain sharp again in 5 minutes.
Exactly. Right, so that's the violet and the green I've put on there. I'm going to put some gold on as well. It tends to be the colours I use. No.
Coming up to 25-2, Wayne.
Grand, no bother. Oh, that's wrong. That was green. Doesn't matter if they mix up, really.
Out of curiosity, Wayne, whereabouts did you get them big sheets of gold leaf?
Tell you the truth, I can't remember. I think Jane bought me them for Christmas one year, I think.
Oh, right, okay.
Alan.
So am I right in assuming that you're going to then sand this afterwards?
No.
Or give it up? No.
No. This is supposed to look the way it is. Very bitty with the gold leaf.
Cool beans. Just curious, man. I didn't know if you were aiming for the gold leaf to go in the textured grooves and then have...
You mean you're going to
It
rub
actually
it off?
has, but I probably could sand it. Although I'll tell you what I could do is just use the web racks.
Or even just a soft brush and catch the high spots.
Yeah. What do I know? I'm not a wood turner.
Yeah, the only size I deal with is extra large generally.
Like that.
Yeah, and me. Usually 3 times extra large.
Bit like me.
Forge is in.
3 times extra large.
Yep.
Well done.
Yeah.
My good man. Good job.
Tim.
That was brilliant, Tim. Thank
Great
you.
live, mate.
Right, I'm going to
Nice
see what
touch,
happens just when I go over this with some tissue paper. Turn the speed up.
Chris Spinning Wood Dodger saying, is that die giving chainsaw advice?
Sorry, Chris. Yeah, it's you know, take it for what it's worth. I have been behind a saw for a number of years, but I'm not professional.
There we go. That's actually looking a bit better. It's starting to look more like I was thinking.
Yeah, nice, mate.
Right, let's get stuff out of the way, get the centre turned, and then we can see about getting it finished.
It's kind of like an old painting where the gold leaf has started to wear away and...
Yeah.
I still see an eyeball.
I've never known an eyeball with a gold leaf in it.
I see a little silhouette of a man.
Robot eyes.
Robot eyes. Spirit and Fairy says that's looking absolutely amazing, Wayne.
Thank you.
Yeah, but isn't Phil Spirit and Kez is Bear?
I don't know. I'm not calling Kez a bear. There ain't no way I'm doing that.
I'm pretty sure that's the way around it is.
I found out the other day she's got a belt in martial arts.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
He's shutting off one-handed now.
Yeah. I was just gonna say. Yeah, he's just. Yeah, that's like.
When you've got an itch, lads, come on.
I'll tell you what. Next time I'm out with the chainsaw, I'll try it. See what happens.
And
I've got an itch. Oh crap! This is.
I made a cup of coffee just before Wayne's live, and all of a sudden it's decided it wants to kick in.
well, you've got a long night ahead of you still yet, mate, haven't you?
I
Who's
have,
on
mate.
next?
I have. Who is on next? Up next is Stace over at Stace Makes.
Yeah.
So she's new to the Virtual Craft Festival, so be sure to go over and show her some love and show her some support. And go and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already.
Did it hit 100 views yet?
107 right now, mate.
Excellent.
Nice, mate.
Well
Nice.
done,
It's the most so far today, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh. Quickly sand this to 240.
So Kez says, yes, it is. I'm Bear and Phil is Spirit.
There you go.
Is that because spirits aren't real, just like fairies?
So it's Fairy and Bear then, really, isn't it?
You can't say that.
Dude, quick, somebody clap or Phil will stop making jigs.
Yeah.
Is it that?
No, it's
Yeah.
every time someone says fairies aren't real.
Stop it.
Jamie, stop it.
Right, I've got some.
No, I was just saying every time
You're
somebody.
committing fairicide right now. Stop it.
So if I say fairy 3 times, does that mean one
I
gets
think-
born?
I think Fairy Side is actually what happens every time I sing the Yorkshire Grit song.
Jiggerwinkle, jiggerwinkle, jiggerwinkle.
Oh dear.
Right, I've
That's,
just got some
that's
tissue
Tinkerbell's twin sister.
stuff in here.
Kez is saying it's Tinkerbell and Bear.
Tinkerbell and Boo Boo.
For those of you that missed it earlier on, go back and check out the excellent live that Kez did, and you'll see where the fairy bits are coming from.
Oh, steady.
Right, do you think I need a couple of highlight lines in?
I don't think so.
No.
I think it looks good as it is, mate. To be honest,
No, I don't.
I really
No
like
bother.
that. I really like that.
Right, so I'm not going to wax this one. I'm going to put gloss lacquer on this.
That's just right.
Turn the speed down.
Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, everybody. We've got 108 people watching at the moment, only 55 thumbs up.
Flipping heck, Ben used to get 50p. I
Crikey.
definitely feel ripped off.
Is that a geographical thing, or I forget where Ben is, or what? Because we certainly didn't get that much in Yorkshire. I were lucky if we got out.
And you didn't get to keep your teeth either. They used to nick your teeth.
Oh,
and then-
no. Yeah.
See, we used to get lumps of stone.
What,
Now
from
chew
the
on
tooth
that.
fairy?
Chew on that,
Yeah.
kid.
Yeah. We need more.
Yeah,
to
Andy
sell
got a
them.
couple. When Andy was beside the river, he got a couple of reeds.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
Just
that's
chew
a
on that.
for my
good one.
dignity.
We need 10 bucks.
Right, you ready for this?
Hanging on the
Yeah.
edge of my seat.
There you are.
Nice, mate. Real,
You can see the
nice.
texture in there. I haven't gone uniform with the gold leaf, and it's got a bit of colour as well.
That's very nice.
So there you have it. What time were we on?
You got enough
quarter
time
to.
for a speed turn in.
mate.
Quarter
Oh,
to.
yeah. Come on,
Plenty of
brace
time for a
yourself,
speed
everyone.
turn in.
Do you want to read that, mate?
Nope. That's
Can
why I
you turn
didn't
the music
highlight
up?
it.
I can still hear Jamie.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Gav's comment.
Oh, no, didn't see that. No,
I'm not
I
reading
didn't
that
see-
one.
Didn't see Gavs.
it was a corker. Inaccurate.
Okay. Right, I just want to check the speed out on this.
Wayne's been practicing for this moment for years.
No, the last time I did one of these was actually against Mark. A couple of months back. Right, who's got
Who
the
won?
stopwatch?
Hold on a
I
second.
did.
Yeah, I am.
Right.
I had to. I was trying to, obviously. Not sound too surprised.
So,
Yep,
Yeah.
go for it. Oh, right.
Right,
You ready?
tell me when. Tell me when.
hold on
Right,
a second.
stopwatch is ready.
We'll go at
Isn't it
live
from-
on 48.
Isn't it from starting the
Right,
lathe?
hang on, right.
That's how we did it before, isn't it? From pressing start. So, Andy, press the stopwatch
10,
as soon as you see that go.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Go. 6 seconds in. "21 seconds in."
For the sake of copyright, feel free to play the music from a popular letters and numbers game show in your own head.
What, countdown.
That'll be the one, yeah.
I thought it was Benny Hill.
40 seconds in.
That's just your personal theme music, pal.
"56 seconds in."
Andy. I think the least thing Wayne needs to worry about is pacing himself.
Ooh, 1 minute 12. Yeah, no, he does. He does. He knows exactly where I'm coming from. He knows that I'm the timekeeper. It's all good.
Strategy. I
It's
like it.
helpful. It's helpful. He knows where he is then at every point. You're at 1 minute 27.
Mine at Woody Creations has joined us.
If you're joining late.
Whoops.
Oh.
Oh
Does that mean I beat Wayne?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
no!
Not yet. You're at 2 minutes,
Yeah.
Wayne.
He's got a minute to do it. Yeah, do it.
What did you do it in, Jamie?
3 minutes, I think. But also caught my elbow on the tail stop. Just saying.
Mhm.
No, actually,
but
tall rest.
Man down, man
Tall
down.
rest.
Right. I'm the one that's meant to have the accidents.
2 minutes 25, Wayne.
You can call it done after this one, mate. There you go.
Yeah, 2:25 was that then? Or was
Yeah.
it from? It's off the lathe then. So what was
Yeah,
that?
There we go.
2:25. Nice.
So yeah,
2 seconds faster than my last one. And it
And
came
it
off.
came off her lathe.
yeah.
And you
That'll
took
do,
extra cuts than what you needed to be honest.
I mean, it's a lump of shite, but
What would that
Ladies and
burn on the
gentlemen,
pipe for, Wayne?
that's the northeast bringing you straight as a die.
anyway. Right, guys. Give you another look at this.
Scott.
What?
No, we are.
Oh, Wendy's in.
Oh, hey,
There
Wendy.
you are.
Lovely.
Hello, Wendy.
There it is again.
Excellent. Look at that.
Who needs resin?
Mhm.
Right, I'll bring the guys in.
Right, I'm just going to quickly put a link to Stacey's channel into the chat.
I
So
think
right after
underneath-
this is Stace. Is right after Wayne.
Oh, I'm on. Underneath the chart. I think, yeah, it's not. I'm on the wrong one on YouTube. But underneath the chat on the proper YouTube, there are links to the rest of the people who are on tonight. So like Jimmy said, Stacey's on next. Not very sure what she's going to be doing. I'm probably going to shoot off because I've got to get in the house and get a drink and everything sorted so I can settle down and watch Stace. So I'm going to bid you all good night. Thanks very much for coming along. Thoroughly enjoyed doing that. And doing the speed one as well. Enjoy the rest of the morning, afternoon, evening, very, very early morning if you're still up and about over in Oz. Or just getting up over in Oz. I think it's about coming up, it's about 10 to 6 over there. Certainly where Darren is anyway, it's about 10 to 6 in the morning over there. And there's Mando sitting behind Andy.
Yeah. So just to quickly let everybody know. So after Stace, we've got Franco doing some cooking with friends, which will be Chris Cute and Zach Herberholtz from ZH Fabrications, kind of trolling him. Then we've got Daryl from Dreadnought Woodshop. Then Jake doing some resin casting and resin casting accessories. And he usually does a little bit of a giveaway over there. So if you come over there, you might be in a chance of winning something. And to finish up the show is Mr. Carl Jacobson.
Excellent.
Fantastic.
So Wayne Bigfoot is just shoved in there. He says, I love watching Wayne's lives because at the end of them, everybody says I'm brilliant. What's he like? I tell you what, if you think his jokes are bad in the chat, you want to be in a bloody chat room with them. Dear me. Right.
Yeah.
Right, guys, I'm going to press the button. Let everybody have a comfort break, get a drink, use the toilet, things like this before Stace comes on. And I will see you. I've got a premiere tomorrow night. Jimmy's got a premiere tomorrow night. And Jake's got a premiere tomorrow night. Mine's at 9:15. Jimmy's is at 11. And
Jake's is usually 11:15 UK time.
11:15. Okay. So
Usually.
there's stuff for you to watch tomorrow night. So I'm going to click the button now.
Catch you